Sup Shredders, my name is Logan aka Spiderhands and welcome to SP Reviews, where today I'll be reviewing some tracks from an act named Hobokin off of their EP April's Dilemma. And if we switch over to here, I'm just going to have a read through this part on the left here, this little descriptor thing. This EP is satire. It depicts the character April Fooze, GTA RP by Foosley, and her mentality as well as her relationships. Every song has a different genre that resembles the feeling that most closely reflects the nature of the relationship it portrays, even though every relationship plays out pretty tragically. This is a project for all the Leslers out there. Nice! So I'm fascinated by this. We're going to listen through each of these tracks from start to finish. And we're going to hear what we think. And just full disclosure, I have reviewed Hobokin stuff, and I actually kind of enjoyed it the last time. So we're going to hopefully continue with that today.
And baby, I can take a picture just for you.
I kind of dig the sound of those kind of lo-fi synths there with the drums and the bass, and there's a nice clarity to the vocals actually.
All your dreams come true, baby. Maybe take a picture just for you, for you, just for you. And
Yeah,
baby,
the studio quality is actually pretty dope. The repeaters on the sides.
Make all your dreams come true, baby. Maybe take a picture just for you, for you, for you. I keep the men all on their toes, charging cages for the poses. When you smell a lot like roses, the man can't help but to put their nose in. You know I like the flashing cameras, I'll send you a camera flood. You like my April showers, make your flowers bloom like lavender. I'll send it with the postage stamp. I'm your foggy walkie champ, the queen of Los Santos, who keeps a mincer like a handicap.
This is fascinating. So is this like kind of like a subculture of the GTA role-playing thing? I didn't know that GTA role-playing was a thing. Like Grand Theft Auto, I'm assuming. I didn't know that was a thing, but apparently it is, and that's kind of interesting.
Keep them in
Kind
my
of fascinating.
bag, a Polaroid with a kiss print that is low and golden. Sign with a heart, I'll send it and I'll say, baby, I can take a picture just for you. Make all your dreams come true, baby. Maybe take a picture.
It's a really gentle motif behind the vocals. He's a pleasant vocalist to listen to. The rapping is really solid, and I've got no real complaints about that. Not only is he like a pleasant vocalist to listen to, like his flow is actually kind of dope. The words come through clearly. This is honestly like on par with a lot of the hip hop and rappers that I listen to nowadays. Just in regards of actual skill level, like the personality and charisma behind the performance, the effort.
Baby, I can take a picture just for you. Make all your dreams come true, baby. Maybe take a picture just for you, for you, for you. They say I'm for the gang, but the boys want me to stay, cause I'm his baby girl. You know I light up his whole world when they give me
Bum 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 bum. That little motif in the background, bum 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 bum. It's just fun. Like that little kind of synth motif where it kind of bounces around like a little child with a Christmas toy. It's fantastic, you know?
Cars, 20K just for my hearts. Pay for all the asset fees, an extra 5K just to eat. You know dessert is really sweet, and I know I'm your favorite treat, so I'll share with you a secret that I want you to keep discreet. To show my appreciation, one selfie for dedication. I'll give your day motivation, special just for one occasion. I can take a picture just for you. Make all your dreams come true, baby. Maybe take a picture just for you.
I mean, like, it's easy to understand what the track is about. Baby, take a picture just for you. Like you get it. To be fair though, we've had like 3 verses at this point.
For you.
I wonder what we're gonna fill the rest of the track with.
Baby, I can take a picture just for you. Make all your dreams come true, baby. Maybe take a picture just for you, for you, for you.
Yo, April sent
Cool.
that song.
Good.
Damn, that's so hot, bro. That's so hot. Oh, she just sent me one too. Just for me, heart.
It's nice to hear people having fun with music. It's kind of refreshing because, to be honest, I've been kind of burnt out recently with a lot of the music I've been listening to, with people taking themselves really, really seriously. So hearing music like this, it's like, oh, this is fun, this is entertaining, It's something different.
What the fuck? That's what she just messaged me. just for you?
Is she looking down at her phone?
Yeah, it's like a low selfie. What the fuck? Yo, what a hoe.
What a hoe. Oh man. Sick track though. I think it's like an everyday vibe I get from the backing there in relation to this, you know. It's just the hustle, the grind of getting through like things on a daily basis and not wanting to life to kind of completely break you, you know. I think that it's a wonderful first impression to this EP. Good stuff. Track number 1 is a pass for me. April Fooze featuring Carmela, Gaslight, Gatekeep, Girl Boss.
No, that he's the one who's been fiending after me. Oh, April. He's delusional, isn't he? Completely. I can't believe it, because I've been calling him out on this bullshit, but the fact that he's telling you this behind my back, thinking we're not going to tell each other.
Gaslight.
I like the fact that they've actually gone and gotten actual ladies to say the parts. And really, you know, there's just effort been put in. There's actual like 2 girls chatting. I don't know, man. Am I just completely burnt out? I adore the fact that they've this is like a professional like EP, because they've made it. There's just a lot of people do like AI overdubs and stuff. So for them to actually get like people to say the stuff at the start of a music video, to go over as like a spoken word over the piano part that comes in, that is different than the previous track, but still stylistically similar.
Gatekeep, girl boss twerk. Baby, make his pockets hurt. That's gaslight, gatekeep, girl boss twerk. Baby, make his pockets. Gaslight, gatekeep, girl boss twerk. Baby, make his pockets hurt. That's gaslight, gatekeep, girl boss twerk. Baby, make his pockets. It's April Fooze and Carmi C. Come and get some pretty treats. We line the boys up on the streets and take their money for the weed. They buy us cars and gives us houses, pay our bills and gives us thousands. If they want some time with me, I'll have to charge an extra fee. Cause gaslight, gatekeep.
Yeah, I was wondering when the 808 was coming in. I was thinking, man, this is sounding really naked without an 808 and that low end, dude. Is this like part of the role-playing thing on GTA? Is that what people do? Like, the guys buy the woman houses and stuff like that and all that? Like, I know it's like, we talked about like being like satire, but is that actually a thing that people do though, or am I just missing the point? A little bit of oscillation down low end, or the harmonizing that lower end. Yeah, like that. I like that when people buff up their vocals like that in the chorus. Adds a little bit more aggression to it, you know, makes it a bit more kind of angsty. Especially when you got those harder textures like the 808 and some of those harder lines go in there as well, you know? A bit more thuggish.
Bitch won't get your dick sucked. I'm only in it for the cash, I want a big sum. If you try slick shit, how my squad pull up in a big truck. If you came for the mill, you get the crumb. And don't run up, bitch, you know I'm not the one. I can embarrass you with how fast to get it done. And I'll say that now I'm very proficient with the gun. Yes, you know the girls went out for some fun, looking for some men to bump up the funds. I'ma need more than just a
I mean, like, the storytelling is good, and I kind of
couple ones, a good 10K at the
I don't
minimum.
mind that the
You know
motif
the
is
girls
repeated,
pressed down on the gas, made your cycle spin and gave you whiplash. You're looking at the ass
because you know you're gonna get that
hourglass.
808. It's just gonna
I only showed up
fill
for
it
the
back up
party
again,
and
you
the
know?
cash. Cause gaslight, gatekeep, girl boss twerk. Baby, make his pockets hurt. That's gaslight, gatekeep, girl boss twerk.
Very simple piano
Baby,
motif,
make his
though.
pockets.
Just a
Gaslight,
2-note
gatekeep,
line,
girl
or
boss
2-chord
twerk.
line.
Baby, make his pockets hurt. That's gaslight, gatekeep, girl boss twerk.
With those strings as well on
Baby,
top,
make
a little bit more
his
development.
pockets. Gaslight, gatekeep, girl
They might have
boss
come
twerk.
before, but still.
Baby, make his pockets hurt. That's gaslight, gatekeep, girl
Kind of like a
boss
funeral
twerk.
march there with the
Baby,
gang
make his
crowd chants in the
pockets.
background.
Gaslight, gatekeep, girl boss twerk. Baby, make his pockets hurt. That's gaslight, gatekeep, girl boss twerk. Baby, make his pockets.
You're both geniuses who prey on men that are weak and they give them money to ladies.
Yes,
If you
weak
just-
men, we love it.
Exactly. If you just work together, you could actually milk the men more and get more money.
Oh, what the fuck do you think we're doing right now, Ray?
Oh, like findoms, right? Because that's the thing. Like rich guys getting like women to kind of like dom them for money. That's wild stuff, man. Oh, we got an ad.
This is Jules.
That's
VP
okay,
of
I
the
don't mind
company,
ads.
About
I skipped them though. Hey, that means you can't. If you're watching this, if I'm not using ad block, you can't either. Okay. I like the guitar focus in this one. I know the piano has been nice in the previous two. It's kind of like a sinister kind of groove to it, but this is a little bit more warm sounding, I suppose, for something about being put in the friend zone, I assume.
If I just set the record straight, I didn't want you to confuse this as a date.
Okay, so it's about setting expectations, right?
Like you, I want you to know I appreciate. But just platonically, I didn't want to make the boundaries shake. Cause I seen the look in your eyes. But I don't want this to come as a surprise. When I say we're
Boom, 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 boom. The bass is nice and subtle and kind of pops around there underneath the majestically filtered guitar lines.
just friends, dear.
And I think that the clean vocals here, even there's a bit of like modulation or an effects chain on them that's kind of helping out a little bit. I still think they sound really pretty. You know, there's a clear understanding of music theory and composition here. This isn't accidental. Hobokin knows what they're doing.
Crystal clear. I wanna restate that this, in fact, is not a date. But we can play Valorant in our apartments any day. I'll never again forget the commitments that I made. But please don't forget weekly deposits in my bank.
What? Please don't forget weekly deposits in my bank. Oh, so what? So like, it's about setting the expectation for it that even if you're giving them money in their bank account, they still aren't with you, you know? That it's just, we're going to be playing Valorant and nothing else. It's a privilege just to be spending time with them in the first place. And that is a dystopia that I know it's a real thing. And I get that there's a lot of lonely dudes out there, but man, damn, dude.
But then I see the look in your eyes. And I don't want this to come as a surprise. We're just
I like that vocal line. I like that melody there that he was doing in that range there. It had a little bit of vocal fry to it. It was a nice, an unexpected kind of turn there melodically. And it just articulated it further and it was a really nice re-entry back into this final outro chorus.
friends.
Great development there, you know? Really subtle little repeaters of on the background to fill in the space.
We're just friends, dear. I wanna make sure that I can make it crystal clear. We're just friends, dear. No.
It's like bittersweet, right? It's bittersweet situation because it can be nice to have people in your life even if they are just friends, but you've got to get to that point where you accept that they are just friends and that they're not going to be more than that. And that can be a tricky thing for a lot of people, you know?
I didn't want your love to interfere. No, we're just friends, dear. I didn't want your love to interfere.
The line about putting the money in the bank account seemed kind of alien. I'm not sure why we did that. Is it kind of sort of like communicate specifically how much of like how it just needs to be so platonic that even though you think there's something and you're paying for it, you're just literally just giving them money? I can't fathom that, man. I can't fathom giving someone money a week. And especially if they were already doing it with other guys, right? I just can't fathom that. But I think that's what the track is about. It's about someone wanting to sort of like establish and not lose that person. Maybe they're starting to feel bad about treating them like that. Even if it's technically consensual. Track number 4, Right Person, Wrong Time. April Fooze. I think those are some vocal lines on top that are kind of spread around the stereo field alongside the guitar, kind of put those lo-fi bar chords strummed there off the fingerstyle.
55 hoes, but you can't let me go. 55 hoes, no. 55
It's actually kind of this is actually, I like this music quite a lot. It's just fun, dude.
But the wrong time. Maybe if you would have stayed, you'd still be mine. It was the right person, but the wrong time.
I mean, it's easier to understand what the track is about first, you know, like instantly. They're cutting to the chase there, but of the quality we've had so far, you're kind of inclined to listen through the end of the track anyways, just because even if you get the message, you're like, what more is there going to be?
Maybe if you would have stayed, you'd still be mine. I was your baby girl, I was your love, but now you're in Kansas, Japan, and empty of love. Calling me drunk from outside at the club, smoking the back of day, cause you still miss.
I don't like that though. I don't like the fact that the screen is shaking. I'm trying to read the words, but it's very disconcerting for me.
Saying I've changed, that the city has changed me, but you don't mean that, and I'm not dramatic. I'm not dramatic. 55 hoes, but you can't let me go. 55 hoes, no. Oh, 55 hoes, but you can't let me go. 55 hoes, no. It was the right person, but the wrong time. Maybe if you would have stayed, you'd still be mine. It was the right person, but the wrong time.
Went so wrong, and I just like the fact that they're not allowing there to be any kind of filler moments. They're just continuing to push forward the smoothness of it. The guitar motif being repeated there, the drums with that 8th note groove, kind of pulling us along.
Maybe if you would have stayed, you'd still be mine.
And we've got an electric bass in there as well.
Your dick, but it don't mean shit. I know you miss me too. You tried your best to impress your April chime, but it's fine. I only need you, and I don't know if I can let you go. But you took that flight, and now we'll never know. If we take the time, we could realize what I meant to you. If I wasn't blind, I'd turn back time. We'd have the chance to blow.
It's fascinating when we talk about this stuff, because I think that from what I've heard so far, the start of it was like, oh, you know, I'm an attractive woman, I get paid houses and thousands of dollars and stuff like that. But we're getting to the point now where I think that facade is gone, and we're starting to like really realize, oh, actually maybe we need something deeper than the life that we currently have.
55 hoes, but you can't let me go. 55 hoes, no. 55 hoes, but you can't let me go. 55 hoes, no. It was the right person, but the wrong time. Maybe if you would have stayed, you'd still be mine. It was the right person, but the wrong time.
It's a bit of a bitch in it, you know, when you do find that person and they're like, oh, no, not now. And then they're into you later on, but then you aren't into them or for whatever reason, or you've moved on. It's just shit. Our brains work in mysterious ways, my dudes and dudettes.
Maybe if you would have stayed, you'd still be mine.
There'll be people who can relate to the story and kind of like vibe with it, you know. But what is this, number 5? Yeah, number 5. Crazy, we're already halfway through. Lover girl, lover boy. I love the sound, the deep depth of that guitar tone, that reverb there. That 90s kind of hip-hop tone there to it. With the lady and male vocal chops.
You said we need to talk, let's head out for a drive. And I've been anticipating, dreading for the ride.
Oh.
I feel it heating up, we head into the night. driveway, there's a sense of foresight. 'Cause
Interesting, like we're putting the price in here. I'm trying to figure out the angle of all of this. They clearly want something, and there's just a bit of corruption of maybe the original sort of agreement they had.
we love a girl, love a boy, can get close and it feels right. Love a girl, love a boy, we don't stand a chance tonight. Love a girl, love a boy, we can get past the fight.
Is that like is that like a Hammond or something like that? What kind of organ or what kind of keys are those? Because they sound gorgeous with that oscillation there. They sound wonderful. There's a real warmth and sense of love and care in the backing, the motif we've got here. It's wonderful to listen
Love a
to.
girl, love a boy, can get close and it feels right. Love a girl, love a boy, we don't stand a chance tonight. Love a girl, love a boy, but I can't lose myself tonight. I don't want this to end here. Use one hand to steer, your other to hold my hand, dear. And please be sincere, you don't want.
I like the two different vocal lines. The "you don't want to stick" part, but just be my lavender on top. It's like the woman talking the big story and the guys continuing to send messages above and underneath. It's a nice kind of layering of the situation, kind of gives you both sides without needing to sort of like hyperbolize one or the other.
I stick to my price, and I start to cry. Sitting in a driveway, there's a sense of foresight. You said we need to talk, but now we're in a fight. It lasted through the night, and now I see daylight. I don't wanna leave the car, and you want me inside. Secure your lavender, rewrite your twilight.
Oh,
I don't want this to end here. Use one
that's difficult because I suppose it's just an unhealthy relationship they've got, or like things are just so bad that people can't really think straight or figure out what they really want.
hand to steer, your other
That's rough.
to hold my hand, dear. And please be sincere, you don't wanna stick to my price. And I start to cry, sitting in a driveway, there's a sense of foresight.
So in the driveway with sense of foresight, they're saying they know where things are going to go if they continue to move forward like that.
You're confusing me.
Get the fuck out of the car.
Okay.
No.
Make up your mind. Don't say get out of the car when I get out of the car. You say no.
Because you're supposed to change your mind.
That's sort of what I've been waiting for you to do.
Oh, that just sounds like a complete, like, that sounds very difficult to deal with. That sounds tremendously uncomfortable and unhealthy, you know?
I don't want this to end here. Use one hand to steer, your other to hold my hand, dear.
I think the minimalism of the backing with the boom, 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 you know, that harmony back there with the bass line and the drums, and maybe the keys and whatever else is here, allows for the rest of the vocal layers to come over top and kind of mirror the complexity of the situation there and really sort of show just how screwed up things are.
And please be sincere, you don't wanna stick to my price. And I start
No, it's really well done.
to cry. Sitting in a driveway, there's a sense of foresight.
And then what?
Oh, Romeo and Juliet, Hobokin. So this is track number 6. So we are literally continuing chronologically.
And I get no money.
Yeah.
And my gang hates me.
Gun in your hand, and I have a knife. We're in a gang war, but your ice catches mine.
Oh, so is it like they've gotten to a point where they love each other and they don't want the money to be involved anymore?
Then at the court case, you held my hand. We got too reckless, now they all see traitorous intent. I was like Juliet the Capulets, I was CG. I guess you were my Romeo. You rep the green, but you know how this story goes.
And there's these little higher octave parts on the vocals, which kind of add a bit of shimmer and shine to them as well. The Tory, as old as time, forbidden love.
It starts off like a daydream, then it turns to tragedy. You were my Romeo, wherefore art thou Romeo? I wanna see you here, but I know how this story goes. I was your Juliet, hot up her cheeks, Juliet. You wanna touch the blush, our lights within a silhouette. You hate my gang and they hate you, but you like me, I get confused. You want me to take your title, but that's a choice I cannot choose. I like your voice and eyes so cute, the Nile deep Egyptian blue. But the gang's on.
That's a pretty thing, the Nile deep Egyptian blue. That's a pretty line. It's actually like a fascinating story. I don't know if I've cared this much about music I've listened to in quite a while. It's yeah, it's great. I like the story. I just think it's been done this like the kind of forbidden romance kind of like this is a different angle I've listened to before. So it's unique at least, you know.
Your Juliet, hot up her cheeks, Juliet. You wanna touch the blush, our lights within a silhouette. You hate my gang and they hate you, but you like me, I get confused. You want me to take your title, but that's a choice I cannot choose. I like your voice and eyes so cute, the Nile deep Egyptian blue. But the games are never gonna end the feud.
I mean, like, the videos are really fascinating as well. Like, I know I've just kind of been zoning out. I've just been kind of thinking about this entire experience I've had with this. You know, like, looking at Grand Theft Auto 6 at some point this year, or like maybe next year, I don't know. I'm talking out of my butt. I remember them saying something about Grand Theft Auto 6 being announced, but it could be years away. But I'm not surprised, actually, there's role-playing communities in there. There are for, like, a lot of bigger games like that. Back to that, you know, wherefore our Romeo, you know, bringing in the old school kind of poet play vibes. Familiar lines. So yeah, it's like, again, it's a tale of forbidden love, you know. The backing behind it is so chill with these really kind of palatable guitar chords alongside the bass, and the drums just kind of carrying us over there. Some keys on the right side. That upper octave. I mean, that was fun. We just had the drums changing and obviously and kind of rolled some 16-30 seconds. A lot of effort has been put into this track. In fact, all the tracks throughout this record, actually, to be honest, a lot of effort has been put in. Red Flags and Money Bags. I think this is track number 7, if I'm not mistaken. Crazy, dude. What a journey. Like, what a journey this is. It's just been great to have, like, the EP be a chronological tale. A lot of the time when I get EPs sent in, they're like random tracks a person's kind of like working through, but no, this is awesome. This is great. Yeah, let's go.
Love, it was never golden. I think denial was controlling me. You called me at 10:43 and you said let's head to Moldy Knees, but I knew this ship was quickly gonna sink.
How are we gonna switch this around at this point? We've had the Romeo and Juliet song, so how are we gonna resolve this tale?
Fell in love and told some lies. You tried your best to duck and hide, but your jealousy was your biggest tell. And Corleone once said to me that I choose my nightmares over dreams. Some sick way I followed prophecies. It's easy money, easy men in a Lexus LFA. He pays for all my lows, repairs and souls, and gave keys to his place. Cause he is red flags with money bags, just charge it to his tab. But I think that I will pay for cautions that he lacks. It's tough.
Wait, so we're now completely given up on the forbidden love, and now we're with someone who is like full of red flags, but he gives you money to do stuff.
It might have to stop. Our Titanic is on the rocks. Icebergs form at every single.
Because wasn't they talking about not getting paid any money before?
It's toxic, so it's gotta stop. But strangely, I can't get enough. I fell too deep. Oh God, will I learn?
Oh, that was a pretty little falsetto passage there. Nice work. See, we're comfortable going between our head and chest voice for sure.
He is red flags with money bags. I fell for red flags and money bags. He's only red flags and money bags. I took the red flags with money bags. Didn't see that Uchi was the one. And I traded in my lavender for crumbs.
Lavender for crumbs.
Soap and bubbles seem like fairy tales. Toretti and Gutter would have set the bell. But Wami had the golden key.
Who's Wami?
And I think the Lexus blinded
Oh, they must be the person that strayed, led them astray.
Things weren't what it seemed. It's the forlorn tale of things not meant to be. Cause Corleone once said to me that I choose my nightmares over dreams. As in sick way I followed his prophecy. And my baby brother said to me, I choose the worst fish in the sea. A rush of gold straight to tragedies. It's easy money.
I don't know, I would have liked more of a kind of like an oomph. It could have had like the it goes up to that note and then kind of like have the drums stop there. I still think that would have been more effective, having things kind of stop for a moment, having kind of like a drop or like a sub bass drop kind of going into it. Not like dubstep styles, but just something a little bit more oomph coming into this chorus. It just feels like such a smooth transition that is almost very samey to a detriment.
Easy men in a Lexus LFA. Pays for all my lows, repairs and souls, and gave keys to his place. Cause he is red flags with money bags, just charge it to his tab. But I think that I will pay for cautions that he lacks. Oh, Shore King wasn't a sure thing. You never want.
Great transition here with the percussion. I like the sound of those snares and sort of like the tom parts there. We're kind of straying away from the chord note accents we've had throughout.
Till you see someone adoring. Oh, Shore King, are we just forcing? Because I still have my doubts if I think.
Boarding flight 3429, Kansas, Japan. My God. My girl, baby girl.
And all that journey.
My baby girl.
Cause he is red flags with money bags. I fell for red flags and money bags. He's only red flags and money bags.
I don't know if we learned anything throughout this experience within the song, you know?
Money bags. Cause he is red flags with money bags. I fell for red flags and money bags. He's only red flags and money bags. I took the red flags with money bags. Red flags.
And that was it. All right. Because this is the conclusion of my review of April's Dilemma from Hobokin. What do I think the CP is about? I think it's about someone who, it's about like the roleplay GTA kind of Grand Theft Auto roleplay thing. It's about someone who is in it for like, they send selfies to people and everything like that, and they get money for stuff, and they get given like money, like houses and vehicles and stuff like that. I think what happens as they go through it is that they eventually find someone they might want to trade all that stuff in for, but then they just realized that there's just like too much drama for that to really be able to be feasible, and there's too much tension and toxicity. So then they basically end up getting with someone else who is like maybe not who they would have gotten with if they find someone different who leads them astray, and then it's almost like we just went back to our old habits and the cycle kind of loops. That's the kind of impression I got from the story of this, where we tried to find authentic love and we were scared by it. We went back to simply, you know, making bad decisions with bad people but getting paid, so it was worth it, I suppose. That's what the EP was about for me. I think the vocals in here, both the clean and the rap parts, were great. The spoken word foley's by some of the girls in some of the earlier tracks and other sort of like lady harmonies on top were pretty. But Hobokin can sing, and they can also rap really well. The flow was solid for the most part. Like occasionally we strayed away from the traditional 8th and 16th notes, sort of like concrete sort of phrasings there, but for a more sort of kind of free flow thing. But at the same time, I don't think that was necessarily a detriment, because we always came back into it at a point, and having that kind of flexibility there kind of made it a little more interesting. I think that the way that we sung or rapped made sense with the lyrics and the subject matter and the emotions that a person would typically feel in those environments there. And I think that in general, like some of those harmonies we have with like the backing vocals and the overdubs and other tracks going on, the counter melodies there, they suited the backing motifs really well. And ultimately, I think they did a great job of that. I'm really happy with what they've managed to pull off here. So the vocals were done well, and I'm really satisfied with it. I think that what we had going on, right? The music throughout this, it was typically guitars, some keys or synth parts, bass, whether it was an 808 or it was like an electric bass kind of playing a funky kind of line alongside of it, or drums of various specters. I mean, we had a couple of different drum kits involved. Sometimes we had sort of more like intense drums, sort of tom fill parts there, or some buzz rolly bits. But typically we either stuck to like 8th note grooves or chord note accents, like with Red Flags and Moneybags. Traditional kind of like very friendly, palatable patterns that made sense for the track. We did kind of step away occasionally, and when we needed to, it allowed space within the arrangement, so things just didn't seem too constant. Although I think there was, in the last track, there was a point where I was like, maybe we could have just stopped the drums to have a bit more space between the bridge and the chorus, but that's absolutely fine. I think for the most part, we knew when to take the drums away, we knew to reintroduce them, and there was sufficient space and diversity throughout there in regards to the rhythm and grooves. The guitar parts, we either had like the kind of like palm-muted or strummed kind of chords or bar chords there, alongside some interesting sort of like plucked kind of riffs there, and some occasional arpeggios potentially. The bass lines there either were rolling with those root notes like with the 808s or something like that, or they were kind of fingerstyle based, kind of like doing 8th, 16th grooves there, and kind of running along that low end there. So that was fantastic. Really, really good. Lots of love for that. So yeah, no, we managed to nail it. We managed to nail the instrumental parts there, and I think there was a fundamental understanding of music theory and composition that was shown here. There were no notes out of place that sounded weird or unusual there. This is like, honestly, like this is kind of like really just great to listen to pop music, and I think the story was intriguing for me, although I feel kind of like I had a really big candy bar that didn't have any nutritional value after getting to the end there, although I might have misinterpreted the ending part, so that's absolutely fine. Also, I think it's like a satire, or kind of like it's a satire or kind of like a parody thing, so it's not like super serious, and that's part of why I enjoyed it in the first place. But it was nonetheless entertaining to listen to. The keys in the top, mid to high range there were nice and supportive, and they brightened the mix up literally there with little shimmers. You know, like just the frequency spectrum was well filled out, and I was really, really stoked with it. You know, we didn't oversaturate the accompaniment or arrangement with too many different instrumental layers. In tracks where we did have multiple vocal layers, like in the choruses, we did sort of make the 6th track, I was a little more minimalist to kind of counteract that. And ultimately, yeah, just really proud of what they managed to accomplish here. So yeah, with the performance out of the way, it's just a studio recording, mixing and mastering. The production, it was splendid. I'm really happy with how the vocals sounded. They were nicely filled and EQ'd. I don't know what they were, like some of the notes were almost too perfect sounding, but I'm going to give them the benefit of doubt. I think their vocals were great. I really enjoyed listening to the clarity of the bass and guitar parts and the drums, etc. And the keys as well were nice and shimmering and bright in the EQ part there. So I liked there was dynamic range in it. Things weren't too over compressed. There was falsetto parts, so things got a bit more quieter there, and then things would come back in there. We didn't have a constant state of energy level. Things would kind of shift there in regards to perceived loudness and all that kind of stuff. No weird resonant frequencies in the frequency spectrum with really adequate leveling and mixing of stuff. Nice and wide in the stereo field there, and it was nice and loud without pumping. And I mean, this is my review of the EP titled April Fooze. April's Dilemma, should I say. April's Dilemma. This is my review of the EP, April's Dilemma from Hobokin. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, please go check out the various social medias and a YouTube page, and stay cool and stay safe. And please remember to support your local musicians and artists at this point in time. It's either help more than ever with all the crazy stuff going on in the world, and I will catch you in the next review. Spiderhands Out.